Which country in the world that wants to go serious does those kinds of things? And you are now putting our kids out. If we are not very careful, our dropout rates will go back to the pre-Kibaki days.
Yeah, sure.
Because you see, what are you telling me? If we are playing games around, using language and semantics. They don't want to say, look, we are going to abolish for example, examination fees and so on and so forth. If you told an ordinary parent to spend 5,700 to pay for exams, 5,700, how many parents will manage that? This is common sense. You don't need philosophers around the table to help you. You look at the context in which you are working on. Look at the challenges you have. You find a way of saving resources and putting them on the criticals. The criticals in this society are education, health, and then from there, security. So you look at how you can mop up resources and put them in the criticals. So this is not the time when you have a truckload of advisors, everybody who's collect every political stillborn and make them something, and we call them what, so on. Then in the process you are paying them money, they are driving around government money and so on and so forth. Then people are flying around the country in jobbers and so on, telling empowerment. The IEBC is not prepared for a proper voter registration. We are all hoping that during the mass voter registration, then opportunities will be provided and we'll have more capacity within the constituencies to do the registration. Otherwise, as the numbers now look, they sometimes portend a sense of discouragement and frustration, especially because of the low deployment by IEBC. Where the centers where most of our young people are found, universities, colleges, polytechnics, MTCs and so on, these should be registration centers. That's what we should do. The IEBC should have these mobile registration points going to where our young people are. That's how you mop up these numbers and register them. Because let's not do it as if, in stages, Natena, it's like a privilege, we're trying to intimidate people or sometimes blackmail our citizens. Let's be serious about this thing.
Perhaps a final one for me. I know it might still be early for a decision to be made, but why do you think we should be the flag bearer for United Opposition?
No, those are the kind of arguments that I would make when we are seated in the meeting of the United Opposition. Now here, I have been addressing policy issues. I have spoken, for example, about the reduction of capitation to schools, especially day schools. By the time we left the government, we had crossed the 22,000 mark. Now you're reducing it by by nearly 50%. You are now talking about 12,000. Obviously, when schools open in January, the kids who are going to day schools are going to have to pay fees. Who's going to pay the fees? The same parents who are struggling with SHA, the same parents who are struggling with the housing levy, the same parents who are struggling. I mean, are we serious, honestly? And this is an issue we can sort out very easily by, number one, cutting wastage in government. We have an opulent, wasteful government, big offices, big titles, big people, I don't know how many tons of advisors who will be earning salaries, big jobs and so on. We behave as if we are a developed country. Frankly, this is not rocket science, honestly.